Hello, hello, hello. We are back after having gone through a little bit of a intermission to fix the issues with my internet. But hopefully I figured it all out. And now my controller's taking forever to connect, so today's just a lovely day for all this stuff. Starting streaming on a budget of $3.99 is pretty nice, but the other thing you kind of get with that is just the absolute amount of issues you come across with the stream site not working, with all the different accounts you have and stuff. It's just, yeah, no, I'm gonna definitely keep at it. I like doing this. Oh, I see the issue. I turned off my Bluetooth and I was messing with all the little options on my PC. There we go. It also helps if you're technologically inclined, which I am not generally so. So, in the last 17-minute little stream, which I'll publish later, we just did the entire thing with patches, and we spoke to Yura. And so I can't actually remember where Yura goes after that. But anyways, so as we go back here, we get to the Murkwater Catacombs, which I mistook the case for a little bit earlier. So here we are at the catacomb entrance. So we'll go ahead and touch and rest at the site of grace here, and then we'll move down into the catacombs even further. This is going to be a Grave Warden boss. And as I mentioned before, it's one of my least favorite. Don't want to give these little guys any room to breathe when you're coming at them. So you can go down there, or you can go over here and touch the lever. I think the overall goal in the catacombs is just to beat the living hell out of everything you come across. So we're just gonna keep doing that. So the heavy door is open now, and that is going to allow us to do the boss fight. It's a pretty simple catacombs. So you kind of just want to anger them a little bit, and then I said, I hate these guys. I hate them. They're one of my favorite early game summons, but I hate them as enemies. So once we have this unlocked, we're just gonna go ahead and go grab this Ghost Glovewort, and then we're gonna go back up to the side of Grace and just rest there to replenish everything. We're just gonna make a quick bolt through everything, because that seems to be one of the easier strats with the catacombs when you run out of your flasks. Also just to kind of give an idea, I've just had a somewhat eventful day when it comes to family matters, I'll say, and so my focus isn't 100% just on gaming. So it's gonna be a bit of a rougher ride this time around. So once we ran past all those, we get in here, and we can summon this. I want to dance around this guy as much as possible. Yep. Take him out first try because I can't be asked to do this more than once. And then you get the Banished Knight Engvall Spirit Ashes. And so then we're going to return to the entrance and then rest of the set of Grace. So just a quick recap. We've done all of Patch's things and talked to Yura. We got the Water Catacombs, Grave Warden Duelist, Banished Knight Engvall. And then we're going to finally head back to the Church of LA and fight the Tree Sentinel and get the Golden Halberd from him. So this will be a nice little interesting fight. Actually, before we go down there, I'm going to see if I have the FP. I do not have the FP to summon Banished Knight Engvall. He's a pretty fun summon. He's pretty tanky. You can kind of just abuse his usefulness. And now it's time for... I ran right into that, huh? Sometimes I just don't feel ready for this whenever I do this. I would like to be able to run. At least they are affected by blood loss. Okay, cool. I was in the air. Once he's killed my dogs, it's actually going to be easier. Okay. Yep. Dude, Elden Ring is such a beautiful game, though. It's literally probably my favorite game of all time. And then the DLC was also just flabbergastingly amazing. Okay, so this time we're going to try it without the freaking walls being in my way. So first we're just going to jump up. Yep, get him mad. Then pick up my lost runes. Oh, he's chasing me. Chuckles. Haha, I'm in danger. Yep, just kind of keep baiting his slow attacks. I usually just don't fight this guy this early, but I thought I'd be strong enough by now, but I think it's because I just went full vigor focus and didn't do anything into dex or upgrading my weapon at all. Okay, let's go ahead and replenish some stamina, slap him with the blood loss. Let him slap the ground with his shield. Then bang. Oh! No! Not that kind of bang. Okay. You tried it. Let me run! Oh. The one wolf is carrying right now. Okay, cool. It back to us with that. We're gonna head back to the Church of LA and rest there after having gotten the golden halberd. However, the unfortunate thing about this golden halberd is I'm not using it for this playthrough. So if you're doing a strength faith build, this could be great for you. It's a really good early to mid game weapon. Otherwise, though, it's not going to be useful to me at all unless I respec, which is possible to happen in this. And we're just gonna... So, hopefully, this is now a much stronger weapon. From the Church of LA, we're going to head west and downhill until we get to a beach. And there's an invisible scarab there that is going to give us a lovely little Ash of War stamp sweep. And that's the Church of Dragon Communion, though the first one you find. Because in the game, I believe there are 2. In the base game, I think there are 2, and then in the DLC, there's another one. And that is absolutely the worst place to get to. Because it's mid to late game, and all the enemies are just strong. Yep, these guys are a pain. But if you can memorize where they go, then you can pretty easily just smack them. See right there, I thought I had it. Okay, so we're just gonna stand on this track, wait for him to come back around. Then we're just gonna slap them to get our Ash of War. No! Okay. So we'll just have this ready, and so as soon as it gets within slight range of us, we're just gonna pounce on him like a cat. What? Okay. Listen, bud. There we go. Just kind of had to wait on the side for him. So now we have defeated the first tree sentinel we will come across. We got the golden halberd, and we got the Ash of War stamp sweep. Once we are at the beach, we are just going to continue along and then head south until we find the merchant. Here's some land squids, do a lot of damage early game. Not the small ones, the big ones do a lot of damage though. Get a land octopus ovary. I haven't really done much with the land octopus ovary before. And this is also where we'll be going into the this is also where we'll be going into the cave. My notes are saying to kill him for some reason.
There was something off about you from the start.
I know, in the beginning, Calais was like, make sure no harm comes to my kind. But I'm just following my notes here, and this is based off of research and just my personal gameplay as well. After 10 run-throughs, everything kind of mends together. So, now we have the coastal merchant, and we got his bell bearing. And his bell bearing has the club, broadsword, short bow, iron round shield, armor's cookbook 2. And yeah, so now we're gonna head over to the coastal cave, which is going to get us into the Church of Dragon Communion over there. And the cave is somewhere over here. I always lose where it is. Actually, it's telling me to just go to the first step side of grace. And then have to just make my way down the slopes to the west. I could pull up another map as well to kind of see exactly where I'm going, but don't really feel like pulling up the map and doing all that. Someone evidently jumped off there by accident. I know that cave is around here somewhere. Yeah, so just head back down the slope again, I guess. Oh, that's good. That's death. That's death. That is absolute death. Okay. So that's something you shouldn't do, preferably. Yeah, so we'll just go the prescribed route and just jump on down here and then go across. Gosh, it's... Yeah, all I gotta say is just gosh, I'm just rusty today, and like I said, I'm just a little bit not 100% all the way there when it comes to a gaming mind. So my notes are saying it's to the west of the first step side of grace, so it should be closer over here. It might have gotten sidetracked by the merchant. Yeah, because here these guys are hanging out. Yep, I just went right past it. So it's right there. Right after those little monkeys. I mean, demi-humans. And then we see Bach here, so we're just gonna touch the site of grace here, and then we're going to talk to him, and for dialogue, I'll mute myself.
Oh. What are you doing here? You must leave this place at once. They'll rush in and beat you to a pulp. You'll end up just like me.
And so that's all he has to say right now until we come back and be like, hey, we killed all the guys, you can kind of do your thing now. Yeah, I can't see anything. Probably should have just bought a torch, in all honesty. It's a good thing these enemies kind of like tell you where they are. They're just kind of screaming at you, and you're just like, oh, okay. We'll just wait on that for a second. Do people actually die in here? Huh. So here, we'll go ahead and summon the Old Knight Istvan and head into the boss fight. Oh, they're both just targeted. Tailoring tools, which you can give to Bach. So you can return to entrance and give it to Bach, and then run back through to get to this area. So actually, before we do that, because we can just teleport back to the site of grace, we're just gonna run through here. Yeah, the game's a lot more fun when you just can't see what's ahead of you, because then you can get little surprises. Here we are at the Church of Dragon Communion. Slice up some deer. Bang, side of grace. And then, like I said, we'll just go back to the other side of grace to go see Bach and give him the Seamster kit. Once in the Church of Dragon Communion, you can see you have 3 different spells to choose from. Rather, incantations. I'm not interested in those. The only one I'm probably going to end up getting as a Faith Dex build is a is the Rot Breath. That's also going to require Arcane, which, if you're unfamiliar with Elden Ring, those 3 stats equal a bleed build very quickly. And I'm going to do my first bleed build, actually, with this character, because I've kind of been a Elden Ring, I guess you could say purist, not wanting to do all the little cheesing strats. But this time I'm just looking to chill. I'm not looking to actually challenge myself with too much, because in my first playthrough for the DLC, I went full strength, just plain strength mode. It was fun, you know, don't get me wrong, but it was just a lot of work. Once you get a bleed build going, you can defeat nearly every boss in the game with bleed. As well as rot, so that's kind of the goal, is to just get rot going, and rot and bleed. And that's all going to kind of add up to an Arcane Faith Dex build. And I believe that's everything on the island, so let me check my notes real quick. So, we went to the Coastal Cave, talked to Bach, summoned Old Knight Istvan, fought the demi-human chiefs, got the sewing needle and tailoring tools, went to the Church of Dragon Communion, and then we're gonna go ahead and head back to Bach to give him the sewing kit.
Oh. What are you doing here? You must leave this place at once. Wait. Is that what I think it is? You got it back for me. My sewing needle.
Yeah, so you're gonna talk.
What made you go and do a thing like that? My mum was a seamstress, and that sewing kit was all I had to remember her by. I always wanted to be just like sweet old mum. Then I suppose I can't just curl up and die, can I? Thank you. You're very kind. I always wanted to be a seamster like my mum. Then I suppose I...
So after you give that to him, for now his little bit of a journey with us comes to a close for a little bit, and we'll see him again later.
Mum... I've let you down.
I think I just accidentally killed Bach. My Elden Ring wasn't opening, so I was pressing... Wow. Okay. So yeah, now we're just missing an NPC, but he's not in any way a major NPC, but I do think that locks us out of a 100% ending. We'll be right back on that note. So after a little bit of research, I have come to the conclusion that killing Bach does not lock you out of a 100% ending, or the 100%, you know, anything. And so now we'll just move on from there, because his main quest line actually ends with him dead anyways, so I'm still kind of baffled by that little stupid thing that happened. So you're gonna go to the Gatefront Ruins, and then you're just gonna sprint up the middle here. The giant's gonna jump down behind you. You're just gonna want to keep on moving. And then you're gonna go up to the right to Stormhill, where you will find a Site of Grace. Or, I mean, a Golden Seed. There is also a Site of Grace right up here at Shack, which is the Stormhill Shack. So you can get the Site of Grace. And then we'll get this right here, Stone Sword Key. And then we'll talk to a very important NPC.
Everyone's been grafted. Everyone who came with me. They crossed the sea for me. They fought for me. Only to have their arms taken. Their legs taken. Even their heads taken. Taken and stuck to the spider. Did you know? If you're grafted by the spider, you become a chrysalid. It's quite a lark when you think about it. You're all on your own, are you? And heading to Stormvale Castle? Enticed by the one in the white mask, I suppose. Oh, you've come to be one with the spider? Well, that makes us two peas in a pod. But I don't have your courage. It's scary, you know, having your arms cut off. Or legs. Or your head. I want to be like everyone else, but I'm just too scared. I'm nothing but a craven. Oh, I know. Can you take this little one along with you? The poor thing deserves someone braver than myself. And the spirits look rather fondly upon you. It'll be glad of your company, I think, the little un. It was a pleasure to see you. Oh, can you pass on a message for me? If you see the little chrysalids in Stormvale Castle, tell them I love them. And that, despite my craven heart, I'm sure I'll be joining their club soon enough. I'm finally getting the hang of this whole pain thing, you know. It was a pleasure to... Oh, tell them I love them finally getting the...
Once you've exhausted her dialogue, you can just go ahead and go rest at the Site of Grace. So, now we've gotten the Golden Seed, gone to Stormhill Shack, got the Stone Sword Key, talked to Roderica, got the Sitting Sideways gesture, and then we got the Spirit Jellyfish Ashes. We're gonna go south-southwest along the cliff face, and I should be able to... So we're gonna head southwest, just hugging the cliff face, like I said. And then there should be a jellyfish area where we can get the Godric Soldier Ashes, which are actually surprisingly pretty good this early on in the game. Later on, though, they're absolutely horrible. You just can't even want to think about using them for any later fights. The jellyfish is actually also a really good summon. It poisons enemies pretty fast in boss fights. Smithing stone 1 over here, there's nothing over there. You're gonna double back on this side, hugging the cliff face again, until you see some other jellyfish right over here. Once you see the red jellyfish, you'll know. And you'll walk over here and get the Godric Soldier Ashes, and then Magic Grease, and you're just gonna want to run away. And I went away too soon, because I actually need to go back up there and get a Starlight Shard, which is way on the other side. Oh no, sorry, I was actually right. So we're just gonna go back up to the Stormhill Shack and head directly south. So we just got the Godric Soldier Ashes. So we'll just head directly south on the elevated platform to get a Starlight Shard. There's also a Everjail over here, but don't think that's within our prerogative to get right now. I don't know how I always seem to do this. I know exactly where I want to go, and then it's like, well, no, I can't find it. Oh, there it is over there. I really apologize about this. I probably should have just streamed tomorrow instead. I also was sick today. Threw up at work, and so I came home and rested for a bit, fell asleep for an hour or two. So from the Starlight Shard, we're gonna continue to just head south, continue to head south from the Stormhill side of Grace to find a gesture, the crossed legs gesture. Just gonna quickly stand up here and look at my notes a little bit more in depth. We've got the crossed legs gesture right there. Then we'll go back to the Stormhill Shack site of Grace, and we'll go to the Golden Seed, where we found the Golden Seed, and go to the elevated area to the right once again. And we're going to go inside the two little towers right there. And this is going to yield us the Arrow's Reach Talisman. Just a scarab, a crimson scarab to your view. So then we'll head in here. There's going to be a chest. So we got the cross legs gesture, and then the arrows reach talisman. And then we're gonna go back and get our runes real quick. And then we'll head on over to the War Master's shack, which is east of the Stormhill shack. Yep, so we'll head on down over here, grab our runes, and then leave again. And then we'll head on out of here. And back up the hill we go. I just want to make sure we got this, just so we know exactly where it is. Yep, Stormhill Everjail. Yep, and so we'll head back up to the Stormhill shack and then head over to the War Master's shack to the east. Actually, just follow this trail instead of just heading in the direction of east. Just follow the trail. You'll come across some of these soldiers, but then you'll ultimately get to a shack with Knight Baronhall, which is right over here. We'll actually just go ahead and rest here. And then upgrade our flask as well with our golden seed. And then I believe we cannot level up. And then we'll talk to Knight Baronhall.
Not seen you before. Name's Bernard. Tarnished, just like you. Let me ask you something. Are you here in the lands between to take up the fight? Does your faith in the guidance of grace hold firm, despite the collapse of the Golden Order? Yes, you're a Tarnished through and through. Takes me back. That's a quality needed now more than ever. Any interest in bearing the torch of my battle arts? All I know is the sword. Picked up a fair few tricks in my time, too. Now's the time to pass them on. To a good and proper Tarnished, like you.
We can look at the skills he has. And they're pretty cool, but none of them are really my style of play. We'll go ahead and talk to him some more though too.
There's a myriad of battle arts in these lands that I've yet to discover. Mementos of all the warriors who raised their arms in battle, lost and died. A fine tale, all told, of true chivalric romance. That's how I fell in love with the sword and the arts of combat. It grants meaning even to falling in battle, to death itself.
We can go ahead and leave from there.
Eh? Well, there's no rush. Knowledge of the art.
And we'll actually stay here and rest till nightfall. And that will summon the Bell-bearing Hunter. There's set grace. So we'll stay here and then get the Bell-bearing Hunter to spawn in at night. So we'll pass time until nightfall. And then Baronhall is still in there. So then we get up and rest, and he's still there. there he's gone. So then we'll be entering up. Nope. Okay. I just want him to spawn in. Let's go ahead and gather a few things. There's a lot of bloodstains around here. So we'll go ahead and try this like once or twice, and if we just aren't able to kill him, then we'll just come back to it later, because it is not a timed thing. Does this dude ever leave?
There you are. Not floating your boat well.
It is leading into nighttime. I remember this being so much simpler to be able to just get it. I think now he's gone, yep. Now we've got a nice little... Yep. You can just go ahead and get on your horse and just start running. Running around I found is the easiest way to get this guy. Kinda cheesing. Yep, and he also likes to swing his sword out in front of him like that. Okay, I'll try one more time. And if not, we'll just move on. Get some root resin while we're here. Gold-tinged excrement, which is later used for some poison pots. Let's just look at our crafting repertoire real quick. So as you can see, oh yeah, right here, the fetid pot, and it's a deadly poison buildup. And you can also make the feral calling finger remedy. We can make 18 of them currently. Hopefully this will be enough time for him to just kind of disappear. Okay, sir, that's a wall. I don't know if you're familiar with those. Yeah, the bellbearing hunters are quite hard, so probably just give up after that. Head back for another pass. Run away from his sword. Like I said, you can just kind of... Yep, okay. So, we tried it, and we're just going to move on from that, because the bellbearing hunter is absolute bullcrap to fight against. And so we'll go northeast of the camp of here to get to an enemy camp where there is a chest with the Beast Crest heater shield. So we'll just go ahead and run on in, find the chest. Find the chest, come on. Oh, there it is. Kind of reminiscent of Dark Souls 2, where you just didn't have iframes. You just don't get iframes when you open chests. Okay. Or just despawn me off, or just despawn my horse, you know, that's fine. And then we can head just east again.
Hello?
And we'll have
Can you
Alexander.
hear me? Help me! Oh, my stars! I'm so happy to see you. I am Alexander, also known as the Iron Fist. And as you can see, I'm stuck here. Please, can you help me out of this? My thanks. 1,000 thanks. Just give me a good smack from the rear with something nice and big. And I'll pop clean out, I'm sure. Don't dally. No, there's no need to fret. I'm very well trained. Give it your all, I say.
So we're just gonna... There we go.
Well played, good sir. Well played. Oh, that mighty wallop of yours almost spelled the end of me. Well, I'm out now, and that's what counts. I thank you. And as a token of my appreciation, I'd like you to have this.
And so, if you wanted to, you can kill him. And you get the Warrior Jar Shard, which is a talisman. So we'll go head over and then backtrack to the camp and then take the trail that leads east from the camp. This is going to take us to the Saints Bridge. Oh, it's right below where Iron Fist Alexander was. So we'll go down here, and then head up here. Supposed to be a site of grace location, but I don't think this is a site of grace. I think a giant spawns over here. And here we get the Land Talisman. But yeah, we'll go ahead and head on back down. We'll head down here and find the Saints Bridge Tunnel, which has a Mad Pumpkin head on it. And going from here, we'll go ahead and go to the Mad Pumpkin. fight him. There was a sanctuary stone that just happened to be there. Then you can come pick up this item, which is a smithing stone 1, and then you can just move across the bridge to the little graveyard here, where we meet our first mariner. However, I think I'll end the walkthrough part 2 here and move on. Here's a merchant we'll quickly talk to.
Oh, dear. Yeah, mate. Hey, are you here as a customer?
And we can see that he has a Nomadic Warrior Cookbook 3, which we'll go ahead and buy. And then he has some more smithing stones. And then from here,
I must apologize. I'm afraid I'm very...
and from here, we'll go ahead and log off. And I will see you guys later in part 3.